to me pro, el ma sit nei. Eja to me pro, el ma sit nei mo. Papa to me pro, el ma sit nei mo. Ye na ya to me pro. Eja to me pro, papa na ya to me pro. Eja to me pro. Era di tie me pai bo. Em so friend when you more and you want me to me. Eja to me pro. So mami o.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to be taken on a journey, one that will take you to the path of an organization in motion, an organization with a focus, a mission, and leadership. Welcome to African Friends of the United States. Prince Samson Afri Fontomfom, President and Founder. Ashawan manyamo adiawa ye Ashawan manyamo eradie Waji media to me puno el matanfuani papa ya to me puno el matanfuani eja to me puno el matanfuani papa ya to me puno el matanfuani to me puno el ma sit nei mo papa to me puno el ma sit nei eja to me puno el ma sit nei mo papa to me puno el ma sit nei mo ye na ya to me puno eja to me puno papa na ya to me puno eja to me puno ye na ya to me puno eja to me puno papa na ya to me puno eja to me puno era di tie me pai bo em so friend when you more and you want to me so mami o mira ya tell me so me nyame na me dey service me no father say mutia akoma ma na so me nya comedy ani die so I prince ani ti me no pe I feel very dear me to success na you know ma I am man for super tour say la sa to prayer wa share me mo eja to me pro el matanfuani papa ya to me pro el ma sit nei eja to me pro el matanfuani papa ya to me pro el matanfuani eja to me pro el matanfuani papa ya to me pro el ma sit nei eja to me pro el ma sit nei papa ya to me pro el ma sit nei ye na ya to me pro eja to me pro papa na ya to me pro era di tie me pai bo em so friend when you more and you want to me so mami o mira ya tell me so me nyame na me dey service me no father say mutia akoma ba da to so many comedy and idea so I feel say I need to me no pe I find very dear me to success so you know ma I am man for super tour say la to prayer wa share me aja to me puno el matanfuani papa ya to me puno el ma sit nei mo aja to me puno el matanfuani papa ya to me puno el matanfuani ida si ono
The Prince was invited to a musical extravaganza in recognition of his commitment in keeping African culture alive. The Prince was invited to a musical extravaganza in recognition of his commitment in keeping African culture alive. The Prince was invited to a musical extravaganza in recognition of his commitment in keeping African culture alive.
Worldwide, beginning with African friends of the United States. Prince Samson has really come from Ghana. Now we want to pay homage because we have a lot of royalty among us, but we don't recognize them because they're in the stores working. You see, Eddie Murphy did come into America when he came here as a royalty, and you find him working it out when the reverse is here. Prince Samson of really come from. A courtesy of Cousin Joy Production, alongside the man Isaiah, Prince Samson of really come from. We want to start recognizing our royalty. We don't want to look towards Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, and the people that we got our own. We got to recognize them, and we must pay homage to them. Now, African Friends of the United States is an organization that helps those in need, both here in the United States, in Africa, and anywhere black people are so. And that's what this brings. We will not rest, we will not stay quiet, we will showcase our very own. Mr. Saturday is going to sing a special homage to the Prince, courtesy of Miss Rose. We'll call in Mr. Saturday to the microphone.
They are just one of a kind, but only one thing on their mind is to fight against an anti-general state. Violent and Bokitas, they are just one of a kind, only one thing on their mind is to fight against an anti-general state. Anti-generals, we're standing firm in the standing firm. all opposition. And dreadlocks in a good position. Getting ready to step forward into Zion. Zion of God, despite all opposition. And dreadlocks in a good position. Getting ready to step forward into Zion. Zion.
I beg you not to use my name. Now you have made such a terrible blunder. My head is hanging in shame. You refuse to say sorry for all the wrongs you have done. You try to fight a psychological warfare with your big gun. I can see that you're comfortable in the next man's land. You took away America from the Indians. Took away the Gaza Strip from the Palestinians. No, the Iraqis refuse to give you invitation. Brothers and sisters, thank you very much for your listening ears. Selassie.
Asante
stage, Mr. Jamaican.
Respect for the prince in the house. Enough honor to interrupt there, our motherland. That's what I did it. Said if you love culture music, say whoa. You love culture music, say whoa.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. My name is Sir Squeezebox from the Sir Squeezebox Show. I would just like to take this opportunity to let you know that it's a very, very great thing that is happening to us today. And for one, we need some form of leadership, some form of direction. And I believe my guest that you're about to meet today has given us that direction and is providing that leadership. We are here with Prince Samson Afri Fontomfrom, founder of AFUS, formerly GFNY, which is the Ghanaian Friends of New York, African Friends being, AFUS being African Friends of the United States. The organization was formed for several reasons, of which the Prince will tell you later on. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, the reverse is here. The reverse is here. When I say that, I say this. Many of you probably have seen Coming to America starring Eddie Murphy. When Eddie Murphy came to the United States as a prince from Africa, and coming to the United States, he chose to go into the working mechanism of this society and work for a living at minimum wage. The reverse is here because we have royalty from Africa in the United States who are not recognized in the United States as royalty, and thereby they are forced to associate, work, and conduct themselves just like any other normal human beings day to day. And we are about to highlight our royalty. Hats off to Prince Charles and Queen Elizabeth and all those people, but we would like to pay homage to our royalty. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce to you Prince Samson Afri Fontomfrom. Again, President and founder of African Friends of the United States, AFUS, formerly GFNY. Welcome, Prince.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome, welcome. It's a
Nice
pleasure to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to have you here. You know, I would like you to tell the people, Prince, who is Prince Samson Afri Fontomfrom?
My name is Prince Samson Afri Fontomfrom from Ekwapim, eastern part of Ghana.
Okay. What is AFUS?
AFUS is an acronym for African Friends of the United States. It is a cultural and philanthropic organizations made up of individuals who dedicated themselves to promoting African culture in the United States.
Okay.
Fostering understanding and appreciation of different cultures, and carrying out humanitarian service in Africa.
Okay, when you say humanitarian service, like what? Like the distribution of food?
The distribution of
clothes
use items.
Okay.
You can send it to deprived areas in Africa.
So in other words, folks who have material like clothes and appliances and so forth,
yes,
that they're not using anymore, that they could donate this to your organization, and you will help that stuff to get to people in Africa.
Correct.
Okay. Go into the African Day Parade a bit and let us know what the African Day Parade is, and approximately when do you plan to have it?
Right now, we plan to have it on 2009.
2009.
2009.
And where you plan to have it?
We plan to have it in New York City at 6th Avenue.
6th Avenue.
6th Avenue of the America.
Okay. African culture itself, telling about our history and our contributions to the world. Do you have people like from office, like from Africa, possibly professors or instructors that you have talked to that we have a setup, like we have a center or something, and a teacher will come in and teach. Is that something that you have in mind?
Yeah, we have professors from Africa. They will come and go to the institutions, colleges, to educate them about African history, because in America here they are not trying to educate the children about African history.
Okay,
And we
okay.
have some doctors for the HIV/AIDS, and they are in Ghana, and they are all ready to act.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've understood that HIV/AIDS is one of the areas that African Friends of the United States has put a lot of focus on. What is happening with that at this point? What are your plans in terms of dealing with the AIDS situation in Africa?
Yeah, right now we have team work, which is the doctors. They are ready to work, so they are start educating children in the school.
As far as environmental solutions, what has AFUS have in mind in dealing with what's going on with the environment?
You know, most of the African farmers, they are wasting the land. The way they put fire, put all the trees down. They are trying to educate them in a different way of farming in Africa.
Okay.
At least they need something like fertilizer. They need equipment, machines, so that they don't waste the land too much.
About this dress that you have on, I understand that's the war
Anyway,
dress.
this is a war dress. In ancient time, about 200 years ago, this is the kind of dress the king used for the war. This is a powers on it. You can't shoot, you can't use knife, you can't do nothing on them. But right now there's no power on it. I'm trying just to show to the American people. I have the program coming on the TV, showing about African, how we been to the war about 200 to 300 years ago. Before you be a king, you have to make a fight to conquer so many places, take their land, and then they all have to come under you, and then you become a king.
Okay.
I'm not a king anyway, I'm a prince.
Right.
But I'm using this just to educate American people about the previous time, the way our ancestors were moving about the war. Right now, there was no war.
Right. The flag behind us, African Friends of the United States, that the Prince designed himself, it has a chain on it, and the AF, which stands for African Friends. I'm going to say this, you know, the AF stands for African Friends, but it could also mean, in my thought, African foes. But we don't want to go that route with it. I'm just saying, you know, it could also mean that. Could also mean African foes, African friends. That's what we choose for it to be. Prince, what do you want to say to the people? If anything, say something to the people.
Anyway, I thank our folks for listening to us, and I wish them, everybody who support us, to move this organization forward, so that you are now planning for African Day Parade. I hope anyone who heard about this thing will put on his notice so that they don't mix it. Any help they have it, they should come and support us. You need money. That's most important to move everything forward. So I appreciate everybody who is listening to this short comment to pay attention on this organization.
Ladies and gentlemen, Answer Promotion, Sir Spiesbach Show, coming to you right here from the offices of African Friends of the United States, Yonkers, New York, United States of America. It's been a pleasure talking with you today, and I'm looking forward to talking to you some more. And any questions you may have, you'll see the website posted at the end, and you put phone number here is 914-473-3595. That's 914-473